Yeah, you know what it is. Welcome to the best coast. Yo, it's Bronze Age nerd with that collecting elite. Bigby McFly steady bringing the vintage heat. Pull up a seat, we diving in the stacks. Silver to the bronze, got the knowledge on tap. From Kirby's Kings to the mutants, wow. We breaking it down in that laid-back style. So grab your snacks, let the panels unfold. This is comic book chilling with the stories we told. Comic book vibes, we flipping them pages. Legends and lore from all the ages. Golden to the modern, we talk that news. With Bigby McFly and the nerd cut loose. Yo, you tune into that Bronze Age flow. Where comics live and legends grow. Bigby McFly in the cut, let's fly. Best Coast, baby, comics are what saved me. Big, yeah. Baby, comics are what saved me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Best Coast Comics. It's Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host
Waldo.
We found him, everybody. It was really tricky because he took off the striped shirt and hat, but we finally found him.
That's right, Bigby McFly, the comic guy.
What's up, Bigby? How you doing, man?
It's been eventful. Last week and a half, so yeah, interesting. So yeah,
do you have anything you want to share with the class?
I picked up a big collection of books that I didn't think I was going to get. Well, not big. It was like 100 books, but it was like all Silver Age stuff, and then ended up trading the majority of that to our friend Trav Comics Limited for a whole bunch of other books that I would rather have had. A lot of Amazing Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. So
there you go.
And then I went to visit a shop that I hadn't visited in a long time and got yelled at. So there was that.
Always a good time.
Yeah.
First thing I do when I see Bigby is usually yell at him.
I deserve it. Whether you know it or not, I deserve it. So
no, and I yell in a good way. Like hello.
Hello, Bigby. What's up?
Well, I'm sorry that it sounds like it was good and bad stuff.
It was a mixed bag, but I mean, the shop that I got yelled at, I got good stuff, so it was worth being yelled at, I guess.
I gotcha. Well, we're definitely going to get into it. I think this show we're probably going to talk a little bit more about some of our more personal stuff. There's not a whole lot of news. Just a few stories I was able to pull. We'll get into that a little bit later. A few things about some things doing well. A couple actors that probably mean something to some of us unfortunately passed away. We'll talk about that. But before we get into all that, let's go over some quick little news and notes and just all the things going on. First of which is we are streaming on multiple channels. We're streaming on, I'm Bronze Age Nerd. We're streaming on my channel. We're streaming on Bigby McFly's channel over there. And we're also streaming over on the EXP, which is if you're not familiar, a channel that has a ton of different programming on it that's comic book related. I highly recommend following, especially Bigby and EXP. You don't have to follow mine, that's fine. But if you want to go follow those channels, there's links in the description below. So go ahead and go check those out. We are also streaming in the vertical stream format, as well as the normal traditional horizontal that we usually do. And that means we're probably getting a few people in here that we may not normally see. We'll just say hello quick. Emma, how's it going? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you all coming in and checking out the show. It's definitely a little different. We have some of the people in the chat I do want to say hello to. GT Key Comic was the first in the chat. So he gets perfect for the Winter Olympics. He gets that gold medal. Preston, big time supporter. Hope everything goes well this evening. Watches on the rewind because he's over on the East Coast. We appreciate that. We know we're late for the East Coasters. Hey, you get that silver medal for America. Good job, Preston. We appreciate that. And then Hydra Asylum Comics, which is our producer, Jay. Also a great YouTube channel. You can go follow us, Hydra Asylum. Go give a follow to them if you haven't already. Is our bronze medalist, which is amazing. That's the important medal to me because my name is Bronze.
The most important, the bronze.
Already gave the shout out to Emma. What's up, Emma? Hope you're still enjoying the show. You don't want to wait. I know. Hey, what's up, Callie? That's awesome. Nice to see you. Good evening. And Hydra Sun finally broke 700 subs. Hey, congratulations on that. It's a nice big round number. Can't wait to see you cross 1,000 and then beyond that. Good luck, man.
Right?
Other couple notes. Hey, Otaku, I just saw you jump in. What's up, Otaku? Good to see you as always. OTG in the house, another channel you should go give a follow to. And Mr. Nope, they just keep pouring in. What's up? How is it going? Glad to see you all.
Somebody
here.
close that door.
Yeah. Happy President's Day, everybody. Does anybody even really celebrate President's Day? Like, it's a national holiday. There's mattress sales. I don't know. I
had to work.
Yeah. It's just one of those. It's a weird one. But happy President's Day. I guess I hope everybody that didn't have to work enjoyed their day off. I guess. And let's see what else. Next week we are doing a claim sale on the show at the same time and everything. We've did one last month. It's going to be the last Monday of every month, so that means a short month. On the 23rd next week we will be doing a claim sale. Come on down if you want to pick up some comics. I think we had made some people really happy last week with some of the stuff that we got into the hands out there of some comic collectors. I got actually just a message the other day from one of our collectors overseas that we sent a package off to, loving the comics. So if you want to come get some comic books, next week is our claim sale. Bigby and I will both bring some awesome books. Hey, Simply Nora, welcome to the show. What is up with you? We are just discussing all of our stuff here that we have going on this week as comic collectors and nerdy fans. Mattress companies are owned by the mob. There was a great episode of the sequel to The Office. What do they call it? The Paper? I think it's called The Paper, where they do.
I haven't seen that. I've heard that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. They do a nice little thing there where they kind of do the undercover sting on like mattresses being made by the same company and sold at different stores, and like they're not price adjusting. It was kind of a fun little deal where they were basically talking about that. You know what? Baseball dude, 15 shorts. Who doesn't need $500 for any filming equipment? I mean, everybody needs that, right?
Absolutely.
It's a funny story. I mean, I don't know. I hope this doesn't sound like weird to say this, but I've tried to help Bigby out by, I've upgraded some equipment and I've tried to give him some of the older equipment I had, but I know he could definitely use some upgrade because I wanted to upgrade from that equipment.
Hey, it's better than what I had, so
Hey, thanks for stopping in, Simply Nora. We appreciate it. Have a good night. Other thing I wanted to mention real fast, last little bit of news. By the way, I guess I should also mention 10% of our proceeds from that sale will go to our fund to future endeavors with Heroes for Heroes, the charity fundraiser that we run. So if you do want to support that, that's another good reason to stop by and pick up some comic books. And then final note for me is that do remember to come out to Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, Washington on March 7th in the morning. I will be doing, I think it's 11 a.m. I'll be hosting a panel, not hosting a panel. I'll be on a panel. I hosted panels before. This time I'm actually on the panel with a bunch of great people, Joel Gibson and Comic Tom 101 and a couple other people. So definitely come on by and say hello if you're going to be there. Like Comic Tropes just said, hello Comic Tropes. Hey, we appreciate the sub. Absolutely. Sub up all the channels involved here and you'll see some great comic book content. Yeah, I love it, Callie, for the algorithm, right? Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry, Comic Tropes. I was hoping I could run into you there. Hey, there you go. Hey, we love to see it, baseball. And Leonard, what's up, Leonard? Hello. Love to see everybody in here. So we'll continue saying hello as people will jump in. Did you want to cover like the stuff you were just showing off? Do you want to show that off, or do you want to do news first?
Let's do news first. Then we'll talk
news. Okay. Well, we gotta make sure if we're gonna do news, we gotta
put our news clothes on.
Yeah, we gotta do a real quick wardrobe change here. Just give us 1 second, everybody. And just like you're at a Taylor Swift concert, we've did a second wardrobe change real fast and back into our normal.
It looks good, but man, it's really itchy.
It is real itchy. I think that I would love to not talk about the sad stuff up front because we do love to put a positive spin on things. It's impossible to really put a positive spin on people passing away, but a couple prominent actors passed away this week. First off, James Van Der Beek passed away after a fight with cancer, which is just awful. And then today, Robert Duvall passed away. a legendary actor. It's just been a rough one. It's kind of
a lot of people asking away lately. It's like,
yeah, it's bad. I will say that the thing I wanted to say about James Van Der Beek passing away. So I'll get slightly personal for just 1 second. I'll make this kind of a quick story. Okay. I've talked about it before on the show. I was in a really bad car accident when I was 16. Broke one of my vertebrae, kind of messed up my leg and my hip. You know, it was kind of it was a bad deal. People that see the pictures, the cop that showed up at the scene, the first responder thought I was dead. You know, it's pretty bad stuff. But the movie that I went to go see that night before that car accident was Varsity Blues on opening night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I had such a bad concussion, I actually did not remember the movie. So I didn't remember a single second of it. So I actually had to watch it again to like see the movie, basically, to remember it for permanently. And now 3 people from that movie have passed away. 3 of the main actors, including James Van Der Beek, who was obviously the star. And that's just kind of crazy to think about. Like, it's been that long, and it's just sort of one of those things that kind of sticks with you. And that's what I think about when I think about James Van Der Beek, and that's just crazy. He was relatively young, and then Robert Duvall, man, what a legendary actor! What a just
right,
yeah. So it's just nuts. Do you have anything you wanted to mention about those 2 things before we kind of cover some of the other news? I know they're not really like comic book personalities, but
they're great actors. I mean, I enjoyed watching a lot of the stuff with James Van Der Beek back in the 90s when he was a young lad.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's funny. I don't want to wait. It was Dawson's Creek thing. Yeah, thank you, Hydrosom. It's so funny. I actually never watched Dawson's Creek. I just have no point of reference with it. So I do know that was the theme song. Now that you say that, but because it was parodied enough and everything. Yeah, you know, we tried to class it up. Dusty, we appreciate asking if you can join the call. Unfortunately, this is a regular scheduled live show we do. It's not really like a call-in show. However, I know that from time to time we do things that are kind of like that. So stay tuned. If you hit subscribe and check out our live streams, occasionally we do kind of impromptu or, you know, hangout streams or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Preston's curious about Ana de Armas. And, you know, there's a thing that happens when people mention a couple of different actors. We have to kind of play this thing because they bring them up all the time. So Preston mentioned Ana de Armas before he wants to hit the sack. I think he wants to see what we have to show. Anna with your smoky eyes, dancing through ballerina, kiss me goodbye. You throw a punch, I say please, I'd like another. After Blade Runner, I'll never recover. Anna with your smoky eyes, dancing through ballerina, kiss me goodbye. You throw a punch, I say please, I'd like another. After Blade Runner, I'll never recover. So thanks, Preston, for mentioning that. We'll make sure to keep you happy.
He's going to go to sleep happy now.
Yeah. Absolutely. So just you guys in your fun comments. There you go. I love it. Absolute eye candy. All right, so let's get to that comic book related news. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. First up from Rich Johnson over at Bleeding Cool. This is apparently my Star Wars game want to let me know I have energy. Sorry if you heard that notification, but you know, random lightsaber noises. This is the best by far to cover this. I mostly just wanted to talk about the fact that suck it, everybody. Cyclops #1 gets a second printing.
More variant covers.
Yeah, been following the launch of Cyclops #1. Seems like people are definitely enjoying it. And I promise I'm going to keep trying to get the writer, Alex Pecknendel, I think is how you pronounce his name. I'm trying to get him on the show because I know he's kind of going on vacation after the launch of the first issue, but I want to try to get him on to talk about it because I know he's been on some shows, and I'm a huge Cyclops fan, so I'd love to talk to him. Also, Moon Knight, Ultimate Endgame are getting second printings as well. There's some of the covers. You got the kind of black and white background on the A cover for Cyclops _1 for the second printing there, and then the 1 in 25 is the Virgin cover there. That's pretty cool. It's the Federico Vincentini. There we go. I can get it eventually. And then you got the Moon Knights there, Ultimate Endgame. So that's pretty cool. On top of that, Bleeding Hearts is getting another printing too, from the new kind of new again Vertigo imprint.
Everything old is new again.
Yep, exactly. And then all the Absolute books are getting a second printing as well. So all the Trinity
new printing, not necessarily a second printing. Some of them like the
right. That's true.
15th printing or whatever.
Yeah, umpteenth, exactly. Yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of love still for those titles. It's Absolute Batman 16, the Arkham Special one shot, Absolute Superman number 11, Absolute Wonder Woman 12, and Absolute Wonder Woman 15, and then Ordained from was that Bad Idea? Yeah, Bad Idea. They're getting a fourth printing.
Wow,
which is crazy. I haven't heard much about this book, but I mean, going to a fourth printing is pretty
saw
awesome.
On somebody's Whatnot show they were hyping up a 9.8 slab. I didn't realize it was that doing that well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I think somebody in the chat mentioned it already. I was going to go back and kind of get caught up, but somebody mentioned it. So, yeah, Hydrason mentioned Dork, which it was totally a blind spot for me. I didn't understand until I saw Josh Comic Books had posted something about Dork and its spec on it or whatever, and then that night, I think it was last Monday actually, Bigby mentioned it, and I started looking into it a little bit, and things are just going nuts. But yeah, speaking of second printings, they're getting a second printing as well,
right?
And I saw a friend of the show and supporter of the channel, Igor, sent me this listing. I'll see if I can pull it up real fast, of a Dork sketch cover that just went for nuts money.
Really?
Yeah. Let me pull up the link real fast here.
I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. That's why I stopped by that store where the guy yelled at me. So
we got to get to that too. All right. So here we go. I'm going to add that to the stage here. So this is a Dork #1 sketch cover by Brett Bean, sold for $2,247.
Is it a 1-of-1 sketch cover, or is it just like this? Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like an actual. Here, I'll get the big picture for everybody up on here so you can actually see what it looked like. But that was, I mean, mad respect to Brett Bean and everything like that, but at the same time, there's a lot of other books I'd be buying for $2,500. But hey, props.
I mean,
yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I thought that was pretty insane, but shout out to Igor for sending that along. I appreciate that. But the following what's been going on with this Dork book has been pretty crazy. As I've just seen people like talking about it selling out or posting like high sold listings. And seeing Brett Bean just kind of like emotional about it, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. It's the success that it's getting, but wow, that's a lot.
That's nuts money for a brand new book sketch cover. But it is by the creator. It's gonna so it's definitely a 1-of-1. Yeah, who are these big spenders indeed, Otaku? Let me get caught up with chat here before I move on to the next story.
Lots of chat.
Oh, so much chat. Let's see. Yes, Alex is awesome for sure. Hey, what's up, Chat Cave? How you doing? Bleeding Hearts is the talk of the town right now. Okay. In the spec market, that and Dork, I feel like are both pretty.
Yeah,
pretty big.
I mean, now that gives me another thing I have to go look for. Bleeding Hearts.
Chris wants to know if Alan Moore asked to be on your show, but you couldn't ask about his comics. Would you agree to it? Yeah, 100%. I think Alan Moore, there's probably enough interesting things to talk about with him. And then I have a feeling if you talk to him, let's say what's an hour-long interview, maybe he'll slip into some comic stuff on his own, right? Backdoor.
He's a musician too, right? So I mean, like, I'm sure he's got tons of interesting stories that maybe not comics related, but comics adjacent.
He's also a wizard, right? So I mean, you can always ask him about that.
How does the wonderful world of wizarding play into?
Hey, this is a good update. We talked about the Frazetta Vampirella painting that was up for auction. It's up to $500,000 now. That's
in pre-bids, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Brennan? Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the awesome comment about the beers. We appreciate that too. Mr. Moore, what do you like? That's great.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Why do my mind instantly went to Rocky Road for him? I think he's going to say Rocky Road. I don't know. I guess I'll move on to the next story here, which again, it's a very light news week. I pulled this from CBR. Let's see this is by John Dodge. 40 years later, the Transformers the movie returns with a deluxe anniversary comic. And I'll get to that, but really it was just a story to talk about. There's this 40th anniversary thing happening for Star Wars G1 stuff right now. And the most interesting thing, I can't really play it because YouTube's fun like that. They did a apology tour video. Did you see this?
No. For what?
It's really fun. So they did this video
for traumatizing children.
Yeah. So if you're not like a big into Transformers, you don't really know what I'm about to say here, or if you do, hopefully you stick with me while I explain it. If you watch the Transformers the movie, which that's funny, the little video that Hasbro released actually makes fun of. Wait, it's called the Transformers the movie. Like they make fun of that, which is pretty funny because I've always thought that's a little weird too. In that movie, infamously, Optimus Prime dies.
What?
They wanted spoilers, I know, 40 years later. They wanted to make way for kind of, some new figure. I mean, that's
their to sell the new toys.
Yeah. They wanted this boy right here, this Rodimus Prime, to be the new guy, which I was, by the way, I thought he was a badass figure. But
I was so mad that they killed Optimus. I didn't like Rodimus. That was my thing. So.
And of course, we have to mention the sub fact that it changed the ending of the G.I. Joe, the movie.
Because they was going to kill Duke.
They were going to kill Duke, and then they ended up saving him based on the reaction.
Oddly enough, the little kids, as we grew up, that was like a father figure to us. And then they kill him on screen.
They killed Daddy. Killed
my papa.
Awesome Sauce brings up a great point here that Megatron died in that movie too. That everyone remembers Optimus. Am I the only one that shit tears for Megatron? You might be the only one that shit tears. I know you probably said shed tears, but that is a fantastic.
I'm just imagining shitting tears. I mean,
that was a fantastic voice autocorrect there. Awesome Sauce. Warehouse Spike said shit. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely.
But Megatron got converted, right? To Galvatron.
Yeah, because I mean he becomes Galvatron, right? So
he didn't really die.
That's the thing, is I mean, if Optimus, if they somehow had it so like Optimus transformed into oh my gosh, how can I not remember his name right now?
Ultra Magnus?
Ultra Magnus. Good Lord. He's actually one of my favorite Transformers. I had that toy when I was a kid. Loved him. But he's basically the toy, the body of the toy was white Optimus Prime, essentially. Like all white instead of the red and blue. And so that would almost kind of make sense in like a Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White kind of thing if you had done that. Obviously, the movie introduces Ultra Magnus way before Optimus dies and all that. But you could kind of do that, and it would have made sense.
It would have made a lot of sense, yeah. But no, we can't do that. We're just going to kill him outright.
Yeah. Remember how Rodimus Prime converted into Catholicism? That's a good one.
Remember, yeah.
Oh, the Junkions. Yeah. Though their music. Yeah. Dare to be stupid.
I love the meme where it's like when it's Amazon Prime Day and they show the picture of Optimus Prime on his deathbed.
Yeah.
Remember what Prime Day is all about.
Yep. Yeah, the traumatizing efforts are real. But the point is go check out, later on, go check out the apology tour from Hasbro. I think it's on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. And they're, of course, at the very end, it's basically an ad for some new toys and stuff they have coming out, which they're kind of trying to finish off the toys that haven't been made from they call it the Studio Series 86 stuff, which is 1986 was when the movie came out. So
they're going to kill off those characters now to make the characters.
Well, they last year, 2 years ago, they actually released a couple of the dead Transformers, like Prowl and is it Ironhide?
Ironhide was one of them.
Yeah, it was a 2-pack of with the broken windows and stuff on their chest and everything,
like zombified versions of them or something. Yikes!
Actually, you know what, Chad? I agree with you, because I rewatched it recently with my daughter because she's been working her way through all the Transformers cartoon stuff, and we watched the movie, and it's unironically actually a good weird trippy 80s sci-fi space movie for the most part, especially the second half. So yeah, I think it's cool. About this news story that we're talking about here, though, Skybound Entertainment and Image Comics are going to be doing a special collected edition here. There's the artwork for it, the cover there. That's pretty neat. And it's going to collect. It's the movie adaptation, right? Oh boy. Here's what I get for half reading a story before I talk about it on live on the air. It's going to be the Marvel Comics Classic 3-part Transformers the Movie Limited Series from '86 and IDW's 4-part Transformers the Animated Movie adaptation in a single collection for the very first time. It's the Transformers the Movie Deluxe Edition. It's also going to have a brand new cover art here from Sean Murphy, which is what I was showing. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's both the original and the 20th anniversary adaptations reprinted, which is very cool. I was trying to figure out.
Did Megatron get turned into a Easter Island thing there on the cover?
Like one of the Easter Island heads? He's screaming the
he's buried in the ground screaming and how is the Matrix coming out of Megatron?
I don't know. It's like his what's the thing for is it the uvula or whatever in the back of your throat? It's like what that's I like it. Dude, Sean Murphy should draw more Transformers. This is pretty cool. He did a really good job. I'm Prowl's one of my favorites too, and he did a really good job there. And that's a dope Optimus, RC, Jetfire. That's cool.
I mean, you got to put Jetfire in there. Was Jetfire in the movie?
If he was, it was very briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, the whole soundtrack was badass. I mean, the touch.
Oh, yeah.
Which originally was offered to a different movie and they passed on it, so Transformers got it. That's what I remember about that one. There's a really great Secret Galaxy retrospective on Transformers the movie that's worth watching.
That's crazy.
Oh wow, this is a cool story. Searching for the Transformers back issues is how I found the first comic shop I ever went to. Thanks, Yellow Pages. Do you remember the name of the shop? Because that would have been over Massachusetts or something, or where would that have been, Chris? That's cool. Is there a chance they'll do a 40th anniversary DVD, Blu-ray, Ultra edition as well? There is actually already a 4K movie, which I kind of want to get for Transformers the movie. But yeah, I don't know if they'll be doing that. So far, I think the series is only on DVD, which I don't know if they'd really get much extra resolution out of it, but it's good. It's good. And they're also, I don't know if this is related to the same initiative, but it's also, there's a few GoBots coming out from Hasbro now, which is kind of interesting. New England Comics, that's cool. Are they still open?
Really? The New England Comics people who did the Tick?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
That could very well be. the last big story while we wait for an answer on that is
We want answers.
Wow, we demand our answers. We just stop the show and wait.
We want them now.
The Boys has some blind bags coming. Blind bags are all the rage. These are the Boys bloody blind bags. They hide rare must-have comics ahead of the show's end. This is from CBR as well, by John Dodge as well. So Dynamite's launching some blind bags. They've done, I think, at least one or two other ones already. But you know, you got to look at what it's going to look like there. Kind of coffee stained file with the blood on it. That's cool.
Kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. They're going to be, let's see. So essentially, like, you know, these are basically like facsimiles with variant covers a lot of times. The Boys 1, the Boys 2, the Boys 3, and the Boys 4. Fans will be able to get their hands on copies of the Boys 7, which is the first issue published by Dynamite, and saw the debuts of Stormfront and the Legend. And then there also will be 52 and 65, which is first Soldier Boy and Death of Homelander, respectively. So that's interesting. I'm curious to see, did they release the list of the artists that are going to be involved here? Because that's always a big thing too. No, okay, I didn't see that, but yeah, usually they do kind of, you know, pump up. Oh wait, here is this? Nope, never mind. That was wrong. That was wrong. So anyhow, I'm sure these will be big. Blind bags tend to do pretty well, like on, you know, Whatnot and places like that. Blinding bags. Yep, I know. At least one member of our audience is not going to love that.
Yes. Adam was not a fan that they call them blind bags in the first place.
Yep. The answer I get for are we getting a Vought Rising series is it Garth wants to write it? Okay. Is it Garth?
We're going to do a Vought Rising. Oh, you mean a Vought Rising comic series?
Yeah, I think
a
so.
Vought Rising series on the show, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Adam. If I had a different term for him, I definitely would use it. I apologize.
Mystery bags. They're mystery bags.
Mystery bags. Speaking of mystery bags, you know, don't really do this stuff very often, but I kind of randomly. So one of my comic places I was getting comics from, I kind of stopped buying new comics a while ago, but for a while I was doing it. And former guest on the show, Gamma Base Comics, was going through some stuff, and some stuff was delayed, and he finally got some stuff sent out to me before he had some back surgery, and he's kind of going to be out of it for a while. One of those things was the Monsters blind bags.
Oh,
so
are you going to rip those live?
I could rip them live if people are interested in that. Let me know.
I'd like to see you rip them live. Who wants to see him rip them live?
He had a good deal on it, so there's that. And then while we're waiting to see what the result from the audience is, I got I'd ordered this too. It was kind of a Red Hulk foil variant thing that they had on one of their sales. That's really cool.
I got one of those from somebody not too long ago too. That's pretty cool.
And then this is really neat. He actually, I feel bad because so much time had passed. He kind of misplaced a few things. I wasn't mad. He was offering a refund or whatever, but he finally got this to me. This is an Adam Hughes 1 in 100 that I kind of pre-ordered through him. It's the
nice.
I think it's X-Men 16 or something like that. I can't remember the issue, but I'm a big Adam Hughes fan. I love Rogue, and so had to kind of go for
Adam,
that.
if you want to know, it is a booty cover.
It is, yeah, it is a booty cover. She's kind of standing up on a I think it's a Sentinel's fingers on top of the building, and then she's kind of looking down on it like, I'm gonna rip this thing's head off.
She got thumbs up, like she's getting ready to jump off the top of the building.
Yep. Okay, so everybody's saying first time rip it live is acceptable. There we go.
Do it.
All right, so I'm gonna do the bigger camera thing here for a second. So we'll go for the first mystery bag here.
Do it now.
Scissors of opening. These are from, for you that don't know, these are Mark Spears. They came out on Halloween. They were $5.99, but I actually got a cheaper price on that when I pre-ordered them from Gamma Base, because they were trying to sell a certain number of them, probably to get some kind of incentive or something, I imagine.
I'm sure they got, the more you order, the cheaper they get. So
yeah, or maybe they got some special incentive 1 in 1,000 cover kind of stuff. I don't really know.
Right. There's that
so let's see here if I can get the first one out.
It's a real monster. Ah!
It's a werewolf. No big deal. Gosh,
It's a slime.
I hate
It's a
opening
blob.
poly bags on comics because you always worry about the corners. There we go. All right. I haven't even seen it yet. Here you go. Here's the reveal.
You get one or two in there. You get one in there?
You get one in
that's
each.
kind of cool looking. Werewolf. Liking it. Liking it.
Monster and the Wolf.
You're right. It was a werewolf.
I have no idea which of these are like the special covers.
I have no idea either.
There's all these.
There's
crazy.
A lot, right?
Yeah, I think there were tons. I think there was a lot of like color variations and stuff too, probably.
Foil and color and virgin and
big money, no whammies.
You did say werewolf. You're a witch.
All right, here's the second live reveal.
The monster and the
ooh, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, he's coming over the back seat. Nice.
I think that's an homage, right, to a pre-code or Bronze Age.
It is a homage to a Werewolf by Night cover.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's like the cops or something in the front seat, I think.
Yeah, and like he's coming over the back seat. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. There we go. And then let's see your last third time's the charm here. Let's go for some
two werewolves. Is it going to be another werewolf?
Two werewolves, one cup. All right, here we go. Last one.
Three werewolves.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding. You get a.
Yep. There we go. That must be it's the A11 cover. So yeah, I don't think there's anything super special about that one. And then let's see if the other one's on here. I'm sure it is somewhere, but I don't see it. So not the ones I was necessarily most looking forward to. But there is. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Kind of look at some of the.
You get like is it like a jackpot of the coins gonna come out? You got three werewolves came up.
Teen Wolf too.
One of them was the wild card werewolf. You know.
I know people probably like don't usually show the inside, so here's some interior.
The inside looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that there's a really good chance people just never have seen the inside of some of these books. Let's see if there's another cool page here or something.
By the way, nice Star Wars shirt.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, this is another one of my great family gifts for Christmas.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've got some other Mark Spears stuff kind of recently from him that I'd ordered back when the craze was, at the height of its powers. So I got that, and then let's see, non-comic pickups. Well, I can kind of still show it before you show your stuff off. I know you got a couple things.
I got some things.
I'll just speaking of childhood nostalgia and Hasbro, got my Lifeline G.I. Joe classified figure in.
Hey.
And it's pretty cool. And then I got one of my favorites from the entire original run, Hit and Run. Kind of the Mountaineer Soldier guy. I got those in on pre-order. Finally came in, so I was very happy about that. Yeah, I think that's probably all I got.
Nice.
Fun times. And then I know you picked up some books when you had an interaction at a comic shop, right?
Yeah. So I went there looking. So the store is kind of out of the way. Long story short, it's I've had some bad interactions with them, and usually I give them about a year, and then I'll go back and give it another try. And it had been about a year, and I was like, well, they're kind of out of the way. So like they have a lot of hot books that are still on the rack when they shouldn't be on the rack. And so
off the path.
I went in. It was the guy that I didn't want to see when I went in. There's two partners, one nice one, one not nice one, and it was the guy I didn't want to see. But I went in and I was looking, and I'm like, okay, well, they don't have the Oh no! First things first. I walked in. They had a first appearance of
Batman.
geez. It was Squirrel Girl
Oh,
on the wall for a pretty decent price.
yeah.
And I was like,
I know that's a book you've been looking for.
yeah. And I was like, would you, or I said, I take a look at it. He took it down. I took a look at it. And I said, okay, I'll think about it. I'm going to go look at, some other stuff. And I went back and I'll show you some of the stuff that was on the rack that shouldn't have been there. Like this is the glow in the dark cover, first appearance of the Absolute Batman Killer Croc, Absolute Wonder Woman, the origin of her Pegasus, and the first appearance of the new is it Zeus? I think it's Zeus in the Absolute series. Batman #1, which is the 10th printing, but I guess it's still like a $12 book.
Wow.
And then first printings of the first appearance of Absolute Catwoman, which are going for $15 a piece. I'm like, okay, so previous interactions, I knew not to take more than one because that got me yelled at before. So, so I took one copy of each, and I went up to check out, and I said, hey, would you be willing to take $5 off the price of that first Squirrel Girl? And the guy just blew up, just like lost his crap. I don't discount things. Da, 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 da. Yeah. You're taking money out of my family's mouth. I'm so sick and tired of people like you. And I'm just like, whoa. Anyway.
And I mean, like, you don't have to say like exactly what price it was or whatever, but it's not like it's a $10 book or something. It's like,
no, he had it for a decent price.
Yeah. That's reasonable. That's probably like close to, a few percent off, basically.
Yeah, I asked her. Yeah. And anyway, yeah, it was just silly. So anyway, I kind of refuted that. No, he hadn't told me about this policy before. And I said, and I tried to calm him down. And at the end of it, I was like, well, I haven't seen your partner around for a while. And he says, well, he's in on Mondays and on the weekends. I'm like, okay, mental note. I can go in on Mondays. So tonight on my way home from work, I was like, I'm going to go over there. They had a dollar bin, and it looked like they might have some older stuff in there that would be fun to look at. And then they have their back issues, and they don't always take the time to price things very well. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go take a look.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and it's not the good person again. It's the guy I didn't want to see. And he looks at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh, hi. And so I went in their dollar bin and also show some stuff. So this is just some stuff I picked up for friends. This is like my friend Mr. Eggins is working on a demon run, so I picked that up for him. My friend Travis is collecting all the continuity stuff. They have Michael Golden artwork and Neil Adams, a ton of Neil Adams covers and stuff. And then they had a Robotech #3 in there for the dollar bin. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Nice.
And then I picked this up for a guy at work for his kids. They had a My Little Pony #1 in the dollar bin. So,
oh, dude, that's awesome. Did they have more than one by any chance? Because I would definitely like to pick that up for my daughter too.
They only had one. It could be for you because the guy at work doesn't know about it yet.
I'm not trying to take from his hands, just trying to see if they might have had ones I should run down there and see for myself the experience.
They had issue 16, 17, 18, and 19 in the dollar bin though.
Oh, there you go.
No, but this I didn't realize it was worth as much as it was till just before the show started. But they had this in the dollar bin.
It's so weird.
It's House of Secrets #81. I just looked it up in a good condition. It's $40, so I put $30 on it.
And you said it was like a 12-center, right?
It's a 12-cent House of Secrets. Yeah,
dollar bin.
It was in the dollar bin. In the dollar bin, Spawn #76, but it's a newsstand.
So weird.
It's not. I mean, it's not. It's maybe a fine condition, VG plus fine minus, but it's probably a $15 book. In the dollar bin, Peacemaker miniseries #4 in the dollar bin. which is like it's like a $9 or $10 book.
Yeah.
So, in their regular, oh wait, no, hang on. These are the dollar bin and the regular books got mixed up. Let's see here. Okay, also in the dollar bin was Dark Hawk number 25, which is a cardstock cover. It's got that holographic prism. It's the first appearance of the new Dark Hawk suit and its origin. It's like a $7 or $8 book. I put $6 on it, but I was like, oh, it's cardstock. It's going to be all beat up, and it's perfect. And it was in the dollar bin, so
that's crazy.
And then in the regular stuff, I was going through the dollar bin. Primarily, my first thought was like, oh, maybe they'll have some of the DCU stuff in the dollar bin, and so I was primarily digging through that, and then I was going to dig through all. They only have like 7 or 8 long boxes of back issues, so I was like, I can fly through those in like an hour.
Yeah.
And I wasn't finding any DCU, but all of a sudden I started noticing like there's stuff in here that shouldn't be priced at what it's priced at. So they had like the first Gemini Alpha Flight issue priced for $3. So I want to pick that up. Punisher Armory number 1, which is full of Gemini artwork and everything. It's really hard to find in high grade.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Super cheap. They had the Wizard half Witchblade Tomb Raider in there for super cheap.
That's nice.
So,
yeah.
Michael Turner artwork in there. Yeah. So got the COA on the back.
Oh, that makes double the value right there.
Right. This book I keep picking up when I find it for cheap. Marvel Knights sketchbook, which that's Yelena on the cover.
And it's like the first appearance of Yelena, basically.
It's the first appearance of Yelena on anything. It's the Marvel Knights preview sketchbook, and she's on the cover, but nobody really realizes it.
Yep.
So then I ran across a chunk of Amazing Spider-Man, and they had them. They had them all no price tags on them. And I look up, it goes, if it's no price tag, it's cover price minus 25%, and no price tags on the Amazing Spider-Man. So second appearance of Silk was in there for cover price minus 25%. And 2 of the Grim Hunt issues of Amazing Spider-Man, which are like first appearances of different Kraven tie-in characters, like they're $10 and $15 issues. And then the Barack Obama issue of Spider-Man was in there for cover price minus 25%. So there you go.
When you said that earlier, because you showed me a few of these before the show, as soon as you said that, my mind immediately jumped to the J. Scott Campbell Obama cover.
So this is the cover that wasn't the J. Scott Campbell cover,
right? The non-variant cover,
yeah,
right?
But this is the issue, the same issue, and in the inside he meets Barack Obama.
Right.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that's the only cover that I feel like it's so emblazoned in my memory that I can't picture that cover over the other one.
I always thought it was a really odd. It's like it's Peter Parker. It says an action is his reward, and he's got the 2 ladies on his arm.
It is kind of a weird cover.
It's a weird cover.
Is that John Romita Jr. or who did that one?
I think it was Romita Sr. I think did this.
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, it's like special tribute to dating issue. It's like action is his reward.
Wow.
So
it's crazy.
But, yeah. And then I grabbed another copy of the first appearance of Absolute Catwoman.
Snag.
So,
you sure you're allowed one per visit?
Just to give him that little push to see if he'd yell at me again. Because I knew I figured he would probably remember. Go, hey, you got that last time.
There's a couple of those Absolutes. I'll probably be making a trip down there to see if I can snag them.
He still has some really good ones. He still has the Croc, the glow in the dark Killer Croc one, and he still has the number 1 up there. I wasn't gonna grab every one that I grabbed before because I figured he'd fly off the handle.
Yeah. See if it'll give me a hard time. So it's fun. Chris here made a couple comments. First, I'll get back to the G.I. Joe thing in a second, but he said, holy shit, what a bad store. And then, by the way, hello, Miguel. Hope you're enjoying the show. Thanks for joining us. Hydra Slam said, Bigby McTroublemaker. And then he said, sometimes I want to figure out what the worst comic shop in the country is. And so there's kind of a topic that I know Bigby's mentioned to me recently about this, and I'm going to talk about it live on the air because I'm curious what the audience reaction is. And then there's something that it was actually really the first thing that we were supposed to talk about when we teamed up, And we still haven't done it.
It was the beginning of the team up. The
it still
spark.
hasn't happened. So, do you guys want to hear us talk about bad comic shops? And if so, what do you want to hear us talk about in regards to them? Do you just want to hear the stories we had? Do you want to hear what our thoughts are? Like, what is there anything specific you want us to talk about with that? Because it should be interesting.
You want to hear about why I got yelled at the first 2 times?
The comic shop that yelled at both of us before we even knew each other.
Right. We didn't know each other. Yeah, you were. Yeah. Jason, story time.
Maybe not. You know, I think it would probably be more beneficial to like record it as like almost like a video podcast kind of a thing, maybe. Or
you could trim it out later on. And
that's true. That's true.
Out of this too.
That's true.
We could entertain the troops and then trim it out, make it a special episode. But
Chad says, wouldn't the worst comic shop be the best for diggers unless they do something dumb and check prices at the register? Well, there's not only the prices at the register stuff. There's also, you know, one of my most famous viral videos. I say that very much in sneer quotes. Was not being able to use my phone in a comic shop, being told you can't be on your phone. Like, and this, by the way, a comic shop that I went to for 30 years. What? Because I grabbed 2 copies of Dr. Afra #1. Those things are related somehow in this owner's mind. Hey, Shigeyuki, I love those Wizard half issues too. I wish I'd gotten more of them at the time, although honestly, most of them you can pick up for less now than back then, but still.
So they happened to you first, right? Because then I was talking about it on a live stream, and then you were going, wait, do you live near me?
Yeah, I literally messaged you. I was like, this is gonna sound weird because you literally said nothing that would.
I didn't say anything about who it was or where it was or anything. Right. I just kind of said what happened.
And it was just the what happened. It sounded. I was like, this sounds so much like this person that I know at the shop, and if I would just be weird. So I was like, I don't suppose you happen to live in this area of the country, and you were like, yes. while you were on a stream, you know, kind of one of those like big hangout streams, kind of, and I think we were kind of messaging on Instagram on the side. I was like, interesting. Was it this shop?
It's like, as a matter of fact, it was.
It was great.
So I think I jokingly like messaged you about a topic for the show. Like, do you need an intervention? Are you addicted to a bad relationship with a bad shop? It's like, because we're kind of sometimes you're stuck in an area where there's not a lot of options for you to go to, right?
100%.
So you got yelled at for taking your phone out and for doing what, right? And what was the whole
buying multiples of a back issue that he had in his back issue bins?
Right. Okay.
Literally 2 copies. Like, you don't need 2 copies of this. I'm like, well, I want 2 copies of it. Like, was there something wrong with that? Like,
right.
I don't know. Like, it's just weird, man.
Yeah. So it's like the same store. I went in there the first time. So people have to bear in mind, this is like my time period was shortly after COVID, you know, and I just, you know, every once in a while I get that Jones to go dig through some back issues. And I was like, I went in there and, you know, I was polite and I talking to the fella and he has like broken down cardboard boxes over the tops of most of his back issue bins. And I was like,
with like piles of junk on top of those.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, how you doing? You know, just kind of had the bug to dig through some comic book boxes, you know, dig through some back issues. And the first thing he says to me is, I don't have any keys. And I was like, okay. And so I started digging through one of the boxes and I found a couple.
Well, yeah, you do.
Yeah. I found what did I find? It was a stupid key, but it was like Reed Richards' father, the John Byrne issue of Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Nathaniel Richards.
I found 2. He had them for cover price, and I found there were two of them. So I grabbed 2 of those, and then I went over to the other side of the bin, and he had the what was the one with the black chrysanthemum #1 Vader issue?
Oh yeah, it was like Star Wars.
It was a Vader issue, right?
Yeah.
#1. but it was he had the sketch cover version of that. So I grabbed 2 of those, and then I grabbed some other things, and I was like, and some of the sketch covers I couldn't tell which book was what, and I'm like, can I open these to find? He's like, no. I was like, okay. So I had no way of knowing. So anyway, I'm looking through, and then he's like, you smell like cigarette smoke. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you smell like cigarettes and you're making me sick. I'm about ready to puke. You have 3 minutes to pick what you want and get the hell out of my store.
By the way, Braun's intervention here, because I've hung around Bigby many times in person. Definitely doesn't smell like cigarettes.
I don't smoke.
My parents were pack-a-day smokers. I don't smoke. I definitely know what cigarette smells like. He does not smoke. It doesn't smell like smoking.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, it smells like cigarette smoke in here, but it's not me. It's probably somebody next door. It's in a strip mall. It's probably coming through the ceiling. And he's like, no, it's you. And so I'm like, okay, fine. And I bring the books up, and he's like, yeah, you can have 1 of each of these. It's like, I know you're ripping me off if you're buying more than 1 of anything. And I'm like,
you're ripping him off by buying his
comic.
comic.
I'm ripping you off if you've priced the books and put them in the back issue bin. And yeah, he just said, you can have 1 or you can have none. Your choice. So I took the 1 and went on my merry way. And I was like, that was really weird. And I'm like, I'm willing to chalk it up to like, okay, somebody who's having a bad day or whatever, right? Okay. Yeah. So like a month later, I came back and I'm going through his back issue bin. I come in to go through his back issue bins. Yeah, he was not any nicer. He was I went to move one of the boxes that he had covering the box, and he said, don't move my stuff. I have it set up the way it is for a reason. I don't want people looking through those boxes. And I was like, okay. And so you could only go through hit and miss certain boxes. And so there was a box that had there was a Moon Knight #1. It was all white cover with just his eyes. And I'm like, there was like all these black speckles all over it. And I'm like, do you know, is this supposed to be printed with these, or is that a printing flaw? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. And so I pulled my phone out to check the image of the book, and he freaked out. He's like, don't you be pulling your phone out in here. I know you're trying to check the prices of back issues. You're trying to rip me off. No phones allowed in my store.
My fault.
And I'm like, I just wanted to see. I showed him. I'm like, I'm looking up the art for this cover to see if the speckles are part of the art for the cover. And yeah, another thing where it was just terrible experience. And he told me he needed to leave, so I needed to make my purchase and get out of there. And I was pretty upset. So I was like, all right. So I mentally took note of which bins were uncovered, and I went home. And normally I wouldn't do something like this, but I went to Key Collector and I looked up every single key issue, because I realized everything he had was pretty much priced almost like just about cover price or a little over. And one of the bins he had was Amazing Spider-Man. And I picked up the first appearance of Silk out of there. I picked up just a ton of stuff. I went in on a weekend when he was super busy, and I came up with a stack, about a short box worth of stuff. And when I was going through, I pulled out my paper and I go, I have a list of things that I'm looking for. I'm not using my phone. And I pulled all the keys that I was looking for, and brought them to the stack, to the counter, and he had probably 10 or 15 people in the store, and so he kind of had to play nice. And I said, I found some books. And he leaned over the counter right next to my ear, and he said, I know you're ripping me off. And I'm like, dude, you priced these books. How can I be ripping you off? And he's like, I'm going to charge you 15 cents for every bag and board. And I was like, be my guest. I haven't been back since. I think he'd probably kill me if I came back again.
So for those who didn't see my video, I talk about this store and this interaction with the same guy. It's pretty much the proprietor owner, right? Sole proprietor owner is what I'm trying to say. And when I talked about this, the last thing I talked about with him is like, he was trying to get this phone thing like with me. I'm like, I just don't understand. Like if I have a list of comics, because I was, and I mentioned this in the video, I was doing both. I was looking up some stuff about some comics to see what they were online. And I was also looking at a list of comics that are in kind of, you can call it my gap list or whatever, but like comics I'm looking for that I have a checklist for.
Yeah.
And I was like, one of the things I do is I keep a checklist on my phone about comics I'm looking for. And he's like, well, you didn't need a checklist to buy 2 copies of that comic. And I'm like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this. If I have a checklist of comic books I'm looking for on my phone, is that okay? I was just asking. And he's like, no. Right. I was like, okay. So if I print out a list of those comic books, can I bring that in? And that's why it's so funny that you had a list or whatever. And this is before Bigby and I ever talked about this. We hadn't even met yet. And he's like, I don't know, man, I guess. What the fuck?
It's like, how are people even supposed to, I don't know. And like, he has like, I'm into a lot of different collectibles. So he has boxes of Magic cards and stuff there, right? And he has a price tag on them. And I'd be like, oh, I'd probably take like, the rest of the box at that price. And he'd be like, no, you won't. He's like, that's the price for 1 pack. If you buy more than 1, I look them up.
So, and like, just to like make this make more sense, it was around the same time that this was happening, probably, because I want to say it was right before COVID, probably, that I went into my head. I'd have to go look at the timetable. But I had gotten out of comic books for a while, and I had started picking up, like, when House of X and Powers of 10 started coming out. I went into him and I'm like, hey, I moved back to the area recently. I don't have a comic shop up here. I was using Things from Another World down in Portland for my comics. Can I start a pull list back with you? And I had been at this store for like 30 years, off and on, like 2 different times. The guy had known me since I bought my very first comic book at a comic store at this shop, at a different location, but it was when him and his dad owned the shop, and now he's the only one that works there. I've known this guy essentially my whole life. And so I was like, I just want to start up a pull list, but I only want to get these titles. And he's like, no, that's not a problem. He was the nicest guy in the world about it. And that's the thing, is about 2 out of every 3 times I would talk to this guy, he would be nice. And 1 out of every 3 times he'd act like his whole day was ruined because I walked in the door or something, just because a customer walked in the door. Right. And I suspect there was seriously probably some mental health issues there or something. I don't know. But so I started getting this pulse, and I would come in. I said, hey, I'll come in. I'll be honest. I don't get away very often. I got a little kid. I got a full-time job. It's, kind of a 9-to-5 thing. So I could probably only come in like once every 2 months, but I definitely will come in and I'll definitely pick up the books. And that's exactly what I did for a while. When they started releasing more X-Men titles, I was picking up all the X titles, and they were all on my pull list. And I would just go in, and it was fine for like 4 or 5 months. And then it would be this thing where like it would take him a long time to find the books. And he'd act like he didn't pull like, one of the titles or whatever, it wasn't that big of a deal. So I started digging, which I had not been doing. I didn't dig through his back issues, mostly because most of them were covered, but I started digging. And then the second time I started digging there, I actually said like, hey, I want to look in this section, cause that's where the X-Men books would be. That's what I would collect. He knows that. I'm like, can I look in here? And he's like, yeah, I don't got much for X-Men, but yeah, you can look. And so he moved everything around. And I felt kind of like an ass. So I felt like, well, I probably should like try to buy more stuff or look around more, because I'm making him move all this stuff. Right. And that was the time where I was like, well, since I'm digging around in here and I'm probably not going to get back to these comics because he's going to cover them up as soon as I leave, I may as well thoroughly look. And that's when I started looking up stuff on my phone. And that's when he started like having that problem with me. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, right. I'm trying to buy more stuff from you. Like, isn't that kind of what you want as a comic book shop owner? Like,
that's what Chad's asking. Isn't your objective to sell books?
It's so weird. And I know you made a comment earlier about you've never had a bad experience in a store. Honestly, I've had very, 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 very few bad experiences in a comic shop, but I've been in a bunch of comic book shops that I would consider bad shops because I think
I could echo that sentiment. And I would say that most of the time when I have a bad experience, it's someone who thinks that they can get away with treating me badly because they've gotten to know me.
Yeah. There's that. And that's definitely bad. For me, it's the, you can tell that like they kind of like this guy in some ways, although he's got a lot of other problems too, where it's like they don't belong in retail and they don't have a mindset for visual merchandising. They don't have a mindset for
he has
organization.
If you guys went in there, it's just stacks of stuff.
It's bad.
Literally. He doesn't even put books out on the rack for people to look at. It's just a pile of the new books.
And the crazy thing is that when I know a lot of it's because they moved into a smaller space, because when they used to have another location, it used to be probably it was a card and comic shop that it still is. It used to be one of the cleanest shops I'd ever been in.
Yeah.
Especially when his dad was alive. And I think his dad might not be dead, but I think he is. But he retired from the business or whatever and let his son run it.
From what I understand, there were him and a brother and a sister, and brother and sister didn't want to have anything to do with it other than the sister lets him run it and takes a cut or whatever. So like I've gone in there I went in there on Free Comic Book Day thinking like, well, maybe the experience will be a little different. She was there being nice to everyone and he was just being
surly,
grumpy as all hell.
I have encountered the sister before. Yeah, I've never had a bad. I was like maybe twice, but yeah, and I haven't been to the shop in 5 years.
Yeah,
I was serious when I said
I haven't been there. Like it's been about 3 years since I've been there.
Yeah. I would love. It would probably melt the guy's brain if you and I both walked in there
with our phones out,
filming. I'll go in with my little. I'll go in with my action cam.
There you go.
Filming the entire time. Anyhow, it's one of those things. I think we're gonna we'll tell the full version of that story and name the shop because I know people are curious about that. But I want to kind of save that for the full video that'll come out.
Right.
At first, I was reluctant to name. One of the first videos I actually was going to do on the channel was this video because it was one of the things I was like, I could talk about my experiences because this was a crazy experience I had. And there was somebody that worked with me on my team at the time. I won't name who it was, but he's like, you can't do that. I was like, why? He's like, well, you're going to destroy some small business. I'm like, dude, this dude was an asshole to me. Like, I don't know. People deserve to know about that kind of
business. His business is, from what I understand, about 80% sports cards anyway. So.
And I have a feeling anything that he knows he has a value or collections that come in, he's probably selling like online or something outside of the store because he definitely has nothing like huge, right? Like, not that kind of shop.
That was one of the things he told me that like early on, he had to sell a bunch of things that were in the store that he didn't particularly want to get rid of, and that put a bad taste in his mouth, like Silver Age stuff and everything. So now he says when any of that stuff walks in, he puts it in a box and takes it home. So it's like he'll buy the collection, take it home, and so when that guy passes away, there's going to be a horde of Silver Age and Golden Age stuff at his house.
Probably, yeah. And it's interesting because that I remember that was that's such a weird story. But this person that didn't want me to make that video, I was having it like kind of in a group chat with a bunch of people I worked with, and all of them were supportive except for this one guy about what I was trying to do, and I was like, I don't think it's a problem to do that because if anything, and by the way, I had like probably 100 subscribers at that point. So
yeah, it wasn't going to affect.
No, it wasn't going to be like one of those things where it's like, oh, you're so powerful, you took somebody down by doing this. Like that wasn't going to happen.
Chad, I'd say he's probably in his like late 40s.
Yeah. Yeah, he's older than me. I know that because he was older than me when I first started going in there. But he's kind of a contemporary of age with me, I guess you could say. Maybe he's less than 10 years older than me, for sure.
Yeah. So the other place, the first time they yelled at me was they had only been open. They've only been open for about 3.5, 4 years. And when they first opened up, I was helping them out with a lot of like knowledge for like distributors to talk to, product lines to carry, things like that, you know. And they were telling me their plans, and they're like, we're not really going to carry back issues or anything. So, you know, we know that you like going hunting back issues and stuff. So if anybody comes in to sell collections, we'll just refer them to you. And I was like, cool. So I tried to be upfront with them all the time and be like, hey, this is, you know, this is what they had. This is what I told them the value was, in case, you know, if I didn't pick it up, you know, be like, hey, if you take this to a shop, this is kind of what you can expect to get paid from a shop. You know, you best bet would probably try to piecemeal it yourself, or, you know, or donate it to Goodwill or something, you know.
Yeah.
But if I did buy it, I would tell them, like, this is what I bought. This is what I bought it for. So I want you guys to know I gave them a fair price, so it doesn't reflect badly on your shop, you know. And the one owner was like, oh, that's super cool. We really appreciate you being open and honest about that. And the other one, I guess the one that's been yelling at me, had this, just got this, the green-eyed monster jealousy of like, you're picking up these cool back issues. And eventually, like, one day just went off on me about, you know, that he felt like I was getting the better end of the deal from helping them out, and that I was not a nice person. And I was just like, okay, I don't see how that is, but I'm in here buying books at full cover price off your rack, and, you know, helping you guys with all kinds of advice and information that I can share. And then so I just didn't come back for a while. And then he yelled at me about buying more than one copy of things off the rack, when he had, I'm like, dude, you have 10 more copies on the rack. I'm buying 2, and I'll come back in a week and buy 2 more. And if there's still more later, I'll come buy 2 more, you know, because it's something that had gone up to like 15 or 20 bucks.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to clean you out. And he's like, no, you can have 1. And I came back the next week, and he had taken everything that he had took the 1 extra copy of mine out of. He had pulled them all off the rack and priced them up and put them on the wall. And I was like, okay, I'm done. So
that's great, man. And I mean that in the most sarcastic way possible, but it's just, it's one of those things where, if that's your fear, you know, because the 2 people we're talking about are not the same, but they're
2 different jobs.
But there is some similarity in some of the behavior, right?
Right.
And I hate the practice of pricing at the register for comics, but if you're concerned about that, like, do that, you know, like, if that's really your problem. But to me, and you know, keep in mind, Bigby here, for those that don't remember or don't know, ran several comic shops in your life.
Yeah. If you came up to the register with 4 copies of the same book, thank God I'm getting rid of a book that I had 4 copies in my back issue bin, you know?
Yeah.
And if I priced it, you know, I priced it at a price where I was going to make money when I put it in that bin. And if people would come up and they'd be all nervous, you know, like, you know, and I'd be like, I know that book's gone up, but it's okay. It's okay. You dug for it. I haven't had the time to go reprice it. I'm making profit off of what I priced it at. You're going to be happy and tell your friends, and you're going to come dig for more comics, right? Well, yeah. Okay, then here you go. Thank you.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's so strange to me that people have that reaction, because you have the power to price these items you're selling. Like, what business do you go into and get to say, like, oh no, I'm mad at you for buying that at that price because I should have had it smart. It's such a weird mentality to have.
How dare you buy all of our bread at what we had at market?
Right. And I, you know, I've been in many a shop where I've brought up a book and I've had the person ringing me up being like, oh wow, this is a good price for this book, you know? And
yeah,
I would say the times that's happened, 99 times out of 100, they've just been happy that I found something I liked, you know, like, because I don't think I've ever, you know, it's not like I brought up a Hulk 181 that was priced for $10 or something like that. It's nothing like that, but it's been, you know, I've pulled $200 book that was priced at like $20 before. I've had something like that happen, and I brought it up. I'm like, you know, that's the price you have it at. I'm going to buy it. In my head, I didn't actually say that, you know, and I've never had somebody, except for this one shop that I'm talking about, never had anybody be like, you know, oh no, or whatever. And if somebody said, oh, you know, hey, I'm sorry, I can't sell this for that price, I needed to reprice that. If they said that, would I be happy about it? No, but I would also somewhat understand in that situation.
I
Like,
would never do that though, because that's
I
puts
know
such a bad taste in your mouth
it,
about
it,
my
it
store.
would as a customer, but I would at least understand it. But what's worse is trying to make me feel like an asshole because I am buying it. Like,
Right.
what? Like, you're telling me if you walked in the shop to this person and you saw that and you knew what it was and knew it was worth 10 times what you had it marked at, you wouldn't want to buy it? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So you can't, I don't think you can blame the customer in that situation. I mean, you can be mad about it as an owner, but you should be mad at yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, it's just kind of goofy. It's funny 'cause some of the books that I bought back in the day when they were like higher price, those things were spec books that have gone back down to cover price, you know? So it's like,
yeah,
I didn't flip them quick enough or whatever. So
yeah. Well, it's funny because I mean, so many times I've done that thing where I've bought those books, or I can know it's a good deal, and they're just in my personal collection. I mean, it's not like I very rarely have actually sold those books.
15 cents per scan on these per bag on these groceries.
Yeah, I was gonna say hide or something. They start charging for the bags. I mean, what the hell? Oh wait, they do.
They do, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we got to show off some of this community art. I'm not even going to play the earworm for everybody because I want to make sure we get it shown, and I know I need to get off the show soon, personally. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys real fast, and gals, and anybody else out there. This is the Bronze Age Nerd Discord server. I'm going to go ahead and copy this little invite and post it into the chat. If you do want to join, you can feel free to come post your art. You can just join and check out all the amazing art in full high definition, and praise the artists, leave reactions. It's all free. You can join if you want to. This is something that Erwin Papa posted like at the very end of our show last Monday. This is Ghost Man, created by Raymar Brunson. So there's some art from that Erwin posted. I love the
everything I've seen of that Ghost Man thing. It looks so good.
Looks cool. It looks really cool.
Really good.
I like I said, I love that graffiti on the background there. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then Headless Hammerhead has been posting some amazing stuff recently. This is Cancer Stick. It's watercolor, oil, acrylic, white chalk, marker, color pencil, cardboard, fry envelopes, and McDonald's fries. So mixed media of the truest fashion on canvas board. It's a year old, and the fries look freshly made. Make of that what you will.
Wow.
That's pretty great. And then I just love the cancer, like the play on words there with Cancer Stick and not being cigarettes, it's fries.
The 3D, that's awesome.
Yeah, really cool. Good job, Headless. And then here's a couple of headshot sketches. This is Absolute Wonder Woman and Flatline. So there's Absolute Wonder Woman and Flatline. Very cool.
Nice. Chad, there's other people chatting. Maybe you're not seeing everything because there's multiple streams. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it depends on where you're watching, but we see the whole chat from all the different streams. Yeah, like not blocked, but I'm in a different chat because we are streaming through different channels and the EXP on several different of their social media things. Hey, this guy Bigby McFly posting some work in progress here. What's up, Bigby? She got some art to show off. Love it. Another surfer. Yeah. Your last surfer was great too. Well, another sketch card here.
That was one from Sunday I'm working on.
I'm sorry, my eyes immediately go to the camel toe. I don't know. It's like that speed skater that everybody's been talking about. I love it though. No, I was just kidding. Emma Stone as the Joker from Headless Hammerhead. This is watercolor, graphite, charcoal, ink, acrylic, metallic marker, and white chalk marker on cardstock on a comic backing board. Put on a happy face. Good job. Yeah.
That's very nice.
So you can give him a contact too through the Discord if you want. Maybe hit him up. I know he does do commissions. One of his kind of claims to fame is he would do like a pet dog, cat, pets. He would do pet portraits. And then this is from Stevie D, Steve Driscoll.
Yeah.
Nice tiger there. Like it.
Very nice. Good job, Stevie.
Yeah. Meow. And then we've got Roscoe.
Roscoe.
I didn't know there was a Casey Jones blank. That's cool.
It's Casey Jones, and that's what is it? Anonymous Casey Jones.
Yeah, that's neat.
Cool.
I like that. The hair is wicked.
Yeah, I love it. Super cool.
Hey, Alex Packnadell. That's the guy that wrote Cyclops I was talking about earlier.
Hey, there you go.
Very nice, Roscoe. And then, so you want to tell the story on Comics Limited posts here?
Oh, so that's pencils by me, and then Comics Limited. He did a watercolor painting, or he did a light table transfer, and then watercolor painting, and then I went over to his place, and then I did some inks on top of that, and so we kind of it's a big all-around collaboration on that one.
Nice. And then another piece, we got Mr. Fantastic versus Superman here, and Black Cat just kind of admiring the view.
That's that was a commission for Christina Payne. That's supposed to be Christina down there. Those are her two favorite characters.
Christina's Black Cat. That makes sense. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
The Daily Planet in the background is cool too. I like that.
Yeah,
very well done.
Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, oh yeah, very specific. There we go. Gotta wake up, Adam. So if you'd like to submit your art, all you got to do is go post it there, or you can send it in to us. Like, if you want to DM me or Bigby on Instagram, or if you don't want to use any social media, you could email it to thebronzeagenerd@gmail.com, and we will get it posted up and show it off next time we do art, which will not be next week, because next week is a claim sale. We're going to be selling some comic books here on the Best Coast Comics Claim Sale Show, our second claim sale of 2026. And
let us know if there's anything you're looking for in particular.
Absolutely. Taking requests. We're going to try to have some different stuff than we had last time around. If you happen to watch that show, if you do want to go watch that show and kind of see like if there's anything you'd like us to bring back, we definitely can do that.
I might have some absolute Batman stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Might have some. I got an extra Mark Spears book there. I'll definitely throw one of those in, so people can have a chance at that. And what else, man? You got the Sunday art streams are still going strong, right?
Sunday art streams going crazy. Yeah, having a good time with that. So everybody watch those and tune in and subscribe to all those awesome guys. We've got some guys that are Marvel alumni on there, as well as some new up and comers and stuff. So pretty cool guys to hang out with and draw with. So yeah,
there you go. Check that out on pretty much all the artists involved, but Bigby's channel is one of the places you can do that.
Yep.
I'll be on that panel at Emerald City Comic Con. We'll be back for the claim sale. I am, playing around with some video ideas. There's a couple rolling around in my head. We got to probably have that conversation at some point that we were just talking about, kind of in more full detail, and talking about the shop name and all that stuff, kind of talking specifically about that. And then another couple interesting videos that I have on the horizon I'm going to trying to work on here now that I got a few things off my plate. Otherwise be back. Let's be back next week and check out some awesome claim sale stuff from us. If you know people that are interested in buying comics and like to do claim sales, go ahead and share us out to that. That'd be amazing. 55 years old, when I'm asked which superhero would you want to be, it's always Reed Richards, and I think we all know why. It's because he was rocking the gray hairs on the side of his head before it was cool.
Because he's still flexible at that age.
I went high, you went low. I get it. I was trying to just elevate the situation instead of elongating the situation.
Brother.
All right, folks. Everybody has a great week, and we'll see you back for the next one. Have a good and safe week, and happy President's Day.